And greetings YouTube gamers, welcome to another episode of Retro Raider. My name is Johnny Retro and welcome to the channel. So guys, today I have another 5 hidden gems for the Nintendo Entertainment System. I have done one of these videos last year about my top 5 hidden gems on the NES. But the reason why I'm making another one is because, you know, my collection is always growing. And the more your collection grows, the more knowledge you have. And of course you get the chance to play games that you never played it before. And like I said it before, you know, for me the beauty about these hidden gems videos is because, you know, you get to see the point of view of other gamers. So probably I'm going to talk about games that you never played it before. And if you watch another video from another YouTuber, you know, their list is going to be different. And that's the beauty of it, you know, digging these games from the past. I will leave a link of my previous video in the description box below if you guys want to check it out. And by the way, if you're new on the channel, feel free to subscribe and watch a couple of my older videos. So let's take a closer look of my new top 5 hidden gems for the NES right after this. Okay, number 1. Let me ask you this. Do you like open world video games? Games like Skyrim, games like Assassin's Creed, The Witcher 3, and let's add a pirate's theme to it, in the shape of the Beauty 8-bit on the NES. You mix all of that together and you end up with Pirates. This is a game that I discovered last year and it was my first time playing it. I've never seen this game before. It is a game by Ultra Games and it truly is an open world game on the NES. So of course that the theme of the game is pirates. You get to choose your character background, you have a bunch of information that you must fill in, and then it's pretty much pure adventure. You plunder, you sail, you battle with ships, you battle with swords, and for me it is truly incredible that the NES got a game like this on its library. It is truly impressive, and I mean, we're talking about a time when, you know, games were very simple. You had puzzle games, you had your shooters, platformers, and of course that we had RPGs, you know, RPGs like Final Fantasy, Dragon's Quest, Legend of Zelda, and those were open worldish games, you know, it was the beginning, but with a lot of limitations. But with this one right here, the sky's the limit. This is probably the game that I've played with most replayability on the NES. And the best part of it is that this is a very cheap game to get. I've actually done a full review of this game, so if you want to check it out, I will leave a link of that video in the description box below. So number 1, Pirates, and if you do have an NES, you must play this game. Okay, number 2, and this is a very bizarre one because it is a sports game. I'm not a huge sports fan, and when it comes to sports games, you know, people don't usually collect them. But guys, please give it a try to Base Wars. So this is your standard baseball game in 8-bit, but with a twist. So the rules are simple. It is a baseball game, but you play with robots. You play on a robot's baseball team. It has this kind of futuristic setting to it, very good graphics for the NES, but the unique thing of this game, and the reason why this game stands out, it's because you actually have robo battles, you know, robo clashes within the game. If you guys like baseball, if you guys like sci-fi, if you like robots, then you can't go wrong with Base Wars. Okay, number 3. This game. There are a couple of reviews of this game where, you know, people just trash it. That is probably the reason why this game is still hidden for a lot of people, but for me, it is a hidden gem on the NES, and I'm talking about Dr. Chaos. So the premise of this game is, you're the brother of Dr. Chaos, and something went wrong on his mansion, and you must go there and try to find him. And the theme and the environment of this game is kind of this, you know, sci-fi horror. You have a couple of platformer elements on this game, a lot of puzzles, and point-and-click first-person elements as well. Now, I must say that, you know, the controls of this game are not the best. You know, the controls are a little bit stiffy, and, you know, it is a little bit slow when you attack and when you jump. But I think that the main reason why a lot of people don't like this game, it's because they just don't know how to play it. You have a lot of exploration going on. You must explore a lot on this game. You must go from different rooms. You have to search everything. You need to have different weapons for different enemies. And speaking about enemies, the enemies on this game, in my opinion, are some of the best on the NES. Another very cheap game to get, guys, so if you can grab a copy of Dr. Chaos, don't miss this one on the NES. So, number 4. So this is a game by Konami, and let's say that you grab a game like Skid or Die, and then you mix a little bit of Double Dragon. You end up with Roller Games. This game right here screams early 90s. It is one of the coolest games that I've played on the NES. And the premise of the game is very simple. It is set on a futuristic setting, and you have these teams of roller games that are entering in the competition. You have the good teams and the bad teams. So after picking a team, your role is pretty much to kick everybody's ass. You jump, you kick, and you skate. Different teams provide different characters, and each character is very unique. And to be honest with you, it is a very challenging game. I find it to be a little bit harder than Double Dragon. So if you like early beat-em-up games and if you're looking for a challenge, don't miss roller games on the NES. Okay, the last one. Some people consider this game a hidden gem, a lot of people don't. And of course that depends a lot, it depends a lot from the region that you grew on, and of course if you have a lot of knowledge on the NES as well. But I think that after years and years of digging games from the past, this game still doesn't have enough credit. It's an RPG called Texana II. Okay, let's take this out of the way, guys, okay? I know that a lot of people say Texana II, I say Texana II. Fuck. Okay, so Texana II. This game was released in '97 in Japan, it got a US release in '88, and it was released in Europe in 1990. So this is your standard side-scrolling RPG. Pretty much like Zelda 2, you play the role of a hero who comes back to his village, and the village is all messed up. The water supply of the village was cut, and that is killing the Tree of Life, which is very important in this game. Now, for me, one of the coolest things about Texana II is the graphics and the environment of the game. Because if you look back, from early titles like, Final Fantasy, The Legend of Zelda, Dragon Warrior, those graphics were the standard for the NES, but the thing is that, the colors were very joyful. But this game stands out because it is a very dark game. The colors that they use to make the game, it gives this, kind of, dark ambience to it. A very, very dark feel. This is probably, your Skyrim or your Diablo from back in the day. It is very storytelling driven, and the world is very tangible, it is a very detailed world. You have a variety of enemies, variety of weapons, and I think that's the reason why this game is not a classic. It's because it was released a little bit late, in my opinion. This came out after the success of Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy. So it is not a classic, but it should be one. If you like side-scrolling RPGs, if you like Zelda 2, if you like the Battle of Olympus, let's not forget Texana II on the NES. There you go, guys, here is the proof. You don't need to spend a lot of money to play really good hidden gems on the NES. All of these games are cheap, $5 to $10 each, so do yourselves a favor, guys, grab a copy of these and have fun playing. But before you do that, please let me know in the comment section below, what are your 5 hidden gems for the NES? What games do you guys think that every NES owner should give it a try? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to put a like on this video, please subscribe to the channel, and take care of yourselves, take care of the gaming community, and game a lot.